everyone, welcome to the Crafty Pixie channel where we do sewing projects and subscription boxes. I am Bee. It is wonderful to have you, whether you are new or old to this channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you know when I upload every Wednesday morning. Leave a comment in the comment section, especially if you are a new subscriber, and give the video a thumbs up. In today's video, we have a super easy, super beginner friendly project, okay? My two youngest are about to be in booster seats in the car, so they're gonna have the normal seat belts. So I decided to make them seatbelt covers so the seatbelt doesn't cut into their neck and make them sore and everything like that. So I, made the two for my youngest two and then one for my oldest. These are so easy. It is fantastic. It's 2 pieces of fabric. You can use pretty much any kind of fabric that you want. This is, again, 2 pieces of fabric. A piece of fusible fleece, thread, Velcro, and you're done. I mean, it literally takes no time at all. You're gonna make one, and you are literally gonna make one for every single person that you know, because they're gonna be that easy and that useful. These are fantastic. So it literally takes, including the cutting out, maybe 30 minutes tops to do it. I mean, it's super, super, super easy. I'll have a link in the description box below from where I actually got the measurements and everything. But this is a great beginner project if you've got a younger kid or a teenager or somebody who wants to start making stuff but wants to be cautious about making something. This is a great thing to use. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get some materials and get started. For this project, you're going to need just a few things. You're going to need 2 pieces of fabric. You can do this out of quilt cotton. You can do this out of no-pill fleece. You can do this out of flannel. You can do this out of almost anything, really. And then you're also going to need a piece of fusible fleece. Of course, you're going to cut it to the size in the pattern. You're also going to need your Velcro. I've got Velcro that's got a sticky side, so I can place it and go from there. You're going to need a seam turner, a marking tool, something that is not going to leave a permanent mark on the fabric, so an air erasing marker or a water erasing marker or chalk. You're going to need a seam guide. It's just a quick guide for when you place your flannel down. Some scissors. I do not like to cut anything that is not fabric with my fabric scissors, so I've got another pair of scissors here. You're going to need a ruler, and then of course you're going to need some clips or pins. This is a really quick project. This is not going to take long. You're also going to need some coordinating thread, your sewing machine, an iron, and just a little bit of time. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the fusible fleece to one piece of your outer fabric. This is going to be the top piece, and then your other piece that does not have the fusible fleece will be your bottom piece. So the top piece, if it's a directional print, make sure that this is your top and this is your bottom. And then you're going to lay your fusible fleece so you have a 1/2 inch gap up here. So I like to use the seam gauge just to make sure we're good there. If it's not exactly a 1/2 inch, you're perfectly fine. All right, so after that is fused on, we're going to take our 2 pieces and we're going to lay them right sides together. Make sure you align all of the edges. And then we're going to clip the long sides and the short bottom. You're gonna leave the piece that has the 1/2 inch unsewn. So we're just gonna come through, line it up. Just like so. You're gonna be able to knock a lot of these out really quickly. And you're going to take this over to the sewing machine, and with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, we're going to sew down the long side, across the bottom, and up the other long side. Make sure you backstitch at the beginning and at the end. All right, and then once we're done, we're just going to clip the corners. Make sure you do not clip your stitches. I also cut just a little bit off of the corners over here without clipping the stitches as well. And then we're going to turn it right side out. So I'm going to go do that and I'll be right back. All right, with that all done, I went ahead and turned it right side out. I pressed it out and then I just folded the open edge in. I used the fusible fleece line as a guide and just folded it down to that line and then just folded the other side over. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this over to the sewing machine and we're going to top stitch at 1/8 inch all the way across the top. Make sure, of course, you backstitch at the beginning and at the end and cut, give it a fine, a good press when you're done with that. So I'm going to go do that. I'll be right back. With the top stitching and the pressing done, this is what you're going to be looking at. Now this is where the top stitch is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our ruler and the marking tool, and on the side that has the fusible fleece, we're going to make 2 lines. So the first line is 2 inches in from the left side. I use chalk because this comes out really, really easily. And then from that line, you're going to mark another line that is 2.5 inches away. And you're going to make your line. Just like that. Then we're going to take this back over to the sewing machine and we're just going to top stitch along these lines. What this is going to do is this is going to give that fold effect for when you fold it over the seat, seat belt. Okay, so make sure you backstitch at the beginning and at the end, of course. And then you're going to do that to both of the lines. I'm going to go do that and I will be right back. Now that that is done, we're going to attach the Velcro and then we're done. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to line up one piece of the Velcro right along this edge. You're going to leave like 1/4 inch from the bottom and top that you're not going to put this down. So basically this is sticky Velcro on one side, which is going to help lay everything into place. There we go. So about 1/4 of an inch. You can measure it out or you can eyeball it. We're just gonna line it up right with that edge. And then we're gonna cut it. Make sure you don't cut the fabric underneath when you do that. All right, and then we're gonna flip it over so that the side that does not have the fusible fleece is now facing up. And we're gonna stick the other side of the Velcro down. Gotta get the backing off, hold on. So same thing, and we're just gonna line it right up with the edge. It's a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch, that's fine. Line it right again with the edge. Okay, so now you have those in place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this over to the sewing machine, and with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance, we're just going to sew all across all 4 sides. Make sure you backstitch at the beginning and the end. You're going to do that to both of them. All right, and then when you're done, you're finished. Like there's literally nothing else to do. That's it. That's it. And then you can just take it and fold it right across your seatbelt or your kid's seatbelt, or give it as a gift, or you know, whatever you want to do with it. So I'm gonna go do that and I'll be right back. Voila, you are done. All right, wasn't that super easy? I told you, it's not going to take any time whatsoever. You literally can now take it to the car, put it around the seatbelt, and you're done. Look at that. See, this is great. All right, super easy, very beginner friendly, great introduction to Velcro. Velcro's not hard to do at all. All right, well, voila. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, leave a comment, and give the video a thumbs up. Until next time, see ya.